Hello, thank you for joining me. This is the Deanna Troop Show. I am Deanna Troop, and I've been doing a podcasting series over my last few videos, and this one is talking about the benefits of being interviewed on a podcast. So let's dive in. So the biggest one is that when you're interviewed on a podcast, you don't have to travel. If you're an introvert like me, this is huge. Um, I have gotten to where I really don't like leaving my house unless it's absolutely necessary. And so, um, if you're being interviewed on a podcast, this makes it so you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about gas. You don't have to worry about putting extra miles on your car. You don't have to try to figure out getting an Uber or dealing with public transit. If you've got kids, you don't have to worry about finding childcare. You can just, um, you know, turn on your microphone and just give the interview. And another benefit is you really don't have to worry about what you're going to wear because most of the podcasts you'll be on will be, I mean, obviously, of course, unless it's a video chat, but then that's a whole different animal than just doing a straight audio podcast. So if you're doing just a regular audio podcast, you really don't have to worry about what you're going to wear. You could do it just with your comfy oversized sweats and leggings, and it won't even matter because it's just audio. Another benefit of being interviewed on a podcast is that you're going to get exposed to a broader audience. Um, you'll be exposed to the audience of whomever is interviewing you. So that'll be a new set of people that you can expose to your awesomeness. Uh, when you get interviewed on a podcast, you will have the opportunity to get your message out to people who might not have heard it otherwise because you wouldn't have had access to them. Another good reason to be interviewed on a podcast is that it's an excellent way to get free traffic to your website. Usually, you don't have to pay to get interviewed on a podcast. Um, you typically don't have to have a whole lot of fancy equipment except maybe a microphone to, to capture your audio. So another good benefit of being interviewed on a podcast is that it basically helps to solidify your position as an expert in your field, simply because um, the owner of that podcast could have picked anybody to interview, and they decided to pick you. So that will give you sort of a sense of authority because this person picked you for the expertise that you have. So that just is going to be another um, feather in your cap, so to speak. Like, anybody can say, oh, I'm an expert in this. But having somebody else call you an expert in something, it just carries more weight. So now you're probably wondering, well, Deanna, yeah, I'd love to be interviewed on a podcast, but how do I find one? I'm so glad you asked that question. One easy way you can find podcasts to be interviewed on is just to go to Google and type in podcast plus whatever your niche is. So let's say you're into, I don't know, crafting, and you want to talk about your crafting blog. So you'll just type in podcast plus crafting to find out podcasts that are talking about crafting. Another thing you can do, shameless plug approaching, is buy the Podcasters Kit I've been talking about. In this Podcasters Kit, there's 3 networks that are focused on helping you to get interviewed on podcasts. And in order to get to this Podcasters Kit, just make sure that you click on the link that will be in the description box below. And it is my affiliate link, but you'll get access to these networks plus a lot more information related to podcasting. So, if you've liked this video, make sure that you like, comment, um, and share and subscribe. And remember to do it now, fix it later. Until next video, peace.